American people, I'm an Iranian woman talking to you from Iran. I don't know if they let you hear my message or not, but after the riots in Iran, Trump said he wants to save us, the Iranians. But we Iranian people do not need his saving, and you Americans do not need his lies anymore. His policies are harming both of us. His plan for Iran was clear from the beginning. He used sanctions as a weapon, not only against the government, but also against ordinary people like families, workers, patients, and students like me. He wanted the inflation to rise and daily life to become unbearable for us. And then when we protested against the economic pressure and not the Islamic regime, the Israel-backed agents, organized terrorists, and armed militias stepped in and turned our peaceful protests into violence and calculated acts of sabotage. And when they failed to regime change, that violence is now being used by Trump as an excuse to start a war against Iran, both to burn my country and to burn your tax dollars. Quite the opposite of his promise to put America first. But while he's blaming Iran and talking about freedom abroad, look at what he's doing to you, his own nation. You're peacefully protesting against racism and injustice, and yet your police and National Guard respond with tear gas and bullets. And now he wants to distract you by dragging you into another foreign war. We must stand together against the wrong and dangerous policies of those in power. You must not allow Trump to attack Iran, because if he does, my country will be damaged and your people will be buried. It's not a win-lose situation, only loss on both sides. I know you want no more wars. I know how many American families have already paid the price of war. You have sent your loved ones to fight in countries far from home. And I tell you that the war with Iran will not be as easy as kidnapping the Venezuela's president. I'm not the speaker of Iran's government, but all the Iranian officials have warned that thousands of American soldiers will die in the Persian Gulf and the U.S. military bases across the region. And this is not a threat. This is a reality of war. And we, the Iranian people, do not want this to happen to you. So you, the American people, must not let this crazy old man decide the fate of millions, because your lives and our lives worth more than his ambitions and his lost. Hey, American.
I want to talk to you guys about this letter, right? The letter that the Iranian president has issued out to the American citizens, to the United States citizens. Number one, it was to the United States citizens, not the United States government. Mind you, the United States government has been pleading for weeks now, for about 2 weeks, to have conversations with Iran, and Iran has denied it each and every time. They came to us. That's a red flag. So already before even reading it, I'm already like, this is not a good sign. After reading it, I'm like, oh no, this is definitely not a good sign. Now, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, right? But my understanding, my perception of this letter is that this is Iran's last attempt in them defending themselves, explaining their stance, and also issuing out the truth to the United States citizens. This is their last time trying to explain everything to us. And when I say that this is their last time explaining to us, this is their last time explaining before everything that's about to go down actually goes down. Because once that starts, right? Once that phase of this war begins, Iran will not have time to explain to you all, United States citizens, why everything is going down the way that it's going down. They are giving us this last opportunity to basically accept the truth at our own discretion. The way that Iran organized that letter, they said everything that they needed to say. Everything that they needed to say. They started off with their history, highlighting that they have one of the oldest civilizations in history, and that throughout their entire history, not once have they ever initiated a war. Iran's president stated that throughout the entire existence of Iran, that they do not have one moment in history that supports or provides evidence that Iran has ever supported or condoned colonialism, destruction, domination, has initiated any war ever, that they have never imposed any type of sanction that has impacted the civilians of any nation. They broke that down. Unlike the United States, After stating that historical fact, Iran, in the letter, states that portraying Iran as a threat is neither consistent with historical reality nor with present-day observable facts. And in the letter, they say all of that to explain how is it that your government was able to successfully run this propaganda about us, Iran, starting the war when we don't even have the history that supports that we are capable of this, that we do this. They are trying to make you, the American citizen, who is supposed to be the reader, understand exactly what's going on. A country that has never, throughout its entire history, who is older than the United States, has never initiated a war, yet the United States was able to successfully spread propaganda about this country and this war. Let that sink in. In the letter, they then, Iran, explained to everybody that the Iranian people have no hate towards the American citizens, towards any European, towards anybody, to be honest, right? That they, right, in their government has always made the clear distinction between government and the people. You understand how that distinction is deeply rooted in principle and collective consciousness, something that we don't have here in the United States. He pointed it out. That statement was not only made to disgrace and shame the United States government, but also the citizens, the active citizens that elected these people into these positions. And then right before the letter ends, you're now at the point, if you're reading it, right? You are 3/4 into the letter. Iran poses the fundamental question, exactly which of the American people's interests are truly being served by this war? Was there any objective threat from Iran to justify such behavior? They're asking you, the United States citizens, what did they do to deserve this? What can your government, the American government, say to justify such actions? What did they do? They're asking you, the American citizens. They want you guys to open up your eyes and see what the fuck is going on. All of these actions that the United States government is implementing, is imposing, on whose interest, on behalf of whose interest are they for? Iran stated multiple times in that letter that they will defend themselves, and they are defending themselves, that they will not stand down. This letter is their last attempt in explaining their position to the United States citizens before what goes down actually goes the fuck down. That's it.
Trump has not ruled out boots on the ground in Iran. Are you afraid of a U.S. invasion in your country?
No, we are waiting for them.
You are waiting for the U.S. military to invade the ground troops?
Yes, because we are confident that we can confront them, and that would be a big disaster for them.
So you're saying that Iran is ready and willing to take on the U.S. military if there were to be ground troops?
Well, we were ready for this war even more than the previous war. So you can see, the quality of our missiles, how much they are upgraded after the last war, because we learned lots of lessons. And we are prepared for any other eventuality, even, a ground invasion. So our soldiers are prepared for any scenario. When I said that we are waiting for them, it didn't mean that we are waiting for continuation of the war. No, but we have prepared ourselves to confront with any scenario, with any eventuality, any possibility, and we know that we can handle that.
Hello guys, so the Iranians are sending a very big message all over the internet, and this message is sent directly to US citizens, not the government at all. Yes, some Iran citizens have been sending messages all over the internet lately. Not just that, even the Iran president himself has to send a message to US citizens and not the government. And here is the question: why is it that this message that they are sending is directed to the citizen, not the government? Well, welcome back to my channel. Don't forget, this video reflect my personal decisions and opinion. And don't forget, this video is for educational purposes, not meant to harass any individual at all. Well, let's dive into today's topic, and I have some few videos I'll play for you guys to watch, and then back commentaries. Thank you guys.
Iran is now controlling the narrative. The president of Iran released an open letter to the American people. Let's go through it. Now, this is actually 4 pages, so I'm going to go through some of the highlights and let you take screenshots. First and foremost, he goes on to say the Iranian people harbor no enmity towards other nations, including the people of America, Europe, or neighboring countries. Even in the face of repeated foreign interventions and pressures throughout their proud history, Iranians have consistently drawn a clear distinction between the governments and the people they govern. That's a key point for the president of Iran to call that out specifically. And there you go. Take a screenshot. The letter then goes into the history of Iran and the relationship with America and the West, specifically the American intervention in 1953 that led to the installation of the Shah, which the Islamic Revolution overthrew in 1979. Relations between Iran and the United States were not originally hostile, and early interactions between the Iranian and American people were not marred with hostility or coup d'etat, an illegal American 1953 tension. The turning point, however, was the intervention aimed at preventing the nationalization of Iran's own resources. He also, interestingly, points out that the United States backed Saddam Hussein in Iraq during the Iran-Iraq War in the 1980s. So, think about that one. Moving on, this raises a fundamental question. Exactly which of the American people's interests are truly being served by this war? Was there any objective threat from Iran to justify such behavior? Does the massacre of innocent children, the destruction of cancer treatment pharmaceutical facilities, or boasting about bombing a country, quote, back to the Stone Age, serve any purpose other than further damaging the United States' global standing? Again, take another screenshot, but a valid point and question. And then he closed out the letter. Is, quote, America First truly among the priorities of the US government today? I invite you to look beyond the machinery of misinformation, an integral part of this aggression, and instead speak with those who have visited Iran. And again, he goes to mention that the world now stands at a crossroads, and continuing along this path of confrontation can be more costly and futile than ever before. This is all very interesting, considering Trump is expected to address the American people on Iran at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight, which is now essentially going to be a response to the Iranian government, which is why I said Iran is now controlling the narrative. The United States cannot even control the narrative of the war it started. Look at this.
You have no Navy left. They have no Air Force left. They have no anti-aircraft equipment left, no radar left, no leaders left. The leaders are all gone. Nobody knows who to talk to.
Then how did they take down your F-35, bro? Who's firing all the missiles?
But we're actually talking to the right people, and they want to make a deal so badly. You have no idea how bad.
No idea. You have no idea how badly.
They want to make a deal?
Idiocracy was too nice. Too optimistic.
So Iran is trolling Donald Trump once again. They've posted another video making fun of him. They said the way the United States closed the Strait of Hormuz, and this is the video. Yeah, just utterly humiliating from the Iranian embassy in South Africa. It has 1 million views on Twitter at the time of filming this. Donald Trump is being embarrassed in front of the entire world. And this is not the only thing they've posted. They also said that the American people made the greatest mistake in history by electing a president who prioritizes Israel interests, among many other posts that they've been putting out mocking Donald Trump. I mean, seriously, it's like every day they have a new Lego video or AI video mocking Donald Trump, or just something like this where they put a caption poking fun at him. It is nonstop and it's going viral, and obviously it is getting under Donald Trump's skin. I mean, look at his social media pages.
Disturbing news. The person in charge of the Pentagon, Trump's Secretary of War, just accidentally admitted in front of Congress that the entire Iran war is based on a lie. Look at this.
So they haven't broken yet. Okay, we haven't gotten there yet for all of the...
Well, their nuclear facilities have been obliterated. Underground, they're buried, and we're watching them 24/7. So we know where any nuclear material
reclaiming
might be.
my time for
we're watching
a quick second here. We had to start this war, you just said, 60 days ago, because the nuclear weapon was an imminent threat. Now you're saying that it was completely obliterated?
They had not given up their nuclear ambitions, and they had a conventional shield of thousands
So
of missiles.
Operation Midnight
They're at the
Hammer
weakest
accomplished
moment.
nothing of substance. It
You're
left us
missing-
at
you're
exactly
missing
the
the
same
point.
place we were before. So
Their,
much so
their
that we had to
facilities
start
were
a
bombed
war.
and obliterated. Their ambitions continued, and they're building a conventional shield.
All right,
of
let me
missiles.
try again.
It's the North Korea strategy. You know this very well. The North
I
Korea
know.
strategy was use conventional missiles to prevent anybody from challenging them, so they could slow walk their way to a weapon. President Trump saw Iran at its weakest moment, took an action to ensure, in a way that only the United States of America could do with our Israeli partners,
And yet
to
they
ensure their
still haven't given
conventional
up the nuclear.
shield was
All right.
was
Now,
brought
one
to
other
heel, which
question,
we've done.
if I could get to it.
Yeah, just last summer, the Trump administration bombed Iran and said we destroyed all of their nukes. And then apparently we had to start this war because they were building nuclear weapons? Well, we destroyed them last summer, you said. You said it was a massive success and that we obliterated their program, but apparently we had to bomb them again, and apparently we've obliterated their program again, but we're still in this war for some reason because they haven't committed to giving up the program? Yet they've closed the Strait of Hormuz, and we're absolutely losing this war day by day.
Welcome back, guys. Yes, we can see from the video I just rolled up for us to watch. I believe that has told us a lot about this chaos that has been going on between Iran and America. That's Iran and the United States. And here is it, guys. There was a letter that was sent by the Iran government, and that letter was sent directly to the United States citizens, not to the United States government. And I asked myself, why was this letter directed to the United States citizens? But coming to the conclusion of everything after I saw the videos, I know the reason why they sent that letter to the United States citizens, because United States government, or the President of the United States, Donald Trump, is the one behind all of this that's been going on between Iran and the United States. And the big part of it is the lies that are coming up throughout this whole situation, because Trump is denying the whole thing, and he wants to put the Iran in the negative side of it, that they are the one that started it. Not just that, in one of the news that came up, he said a lot about Iran's that were all lies. That they have no Marines, they have no Air Force, they have no Land Force, they have no weapons, stuff like that. That was a very big lie. How did they deal with the whole situation if they don't have all these people? Are you guys thinking what I'm thinking? And not just that, how did this all scenario started? From the video I played, the first video where the Islamic Iranian was explaining what was happening, She said it all started from a peaceful protest, just an economic protest that was going on in their country, not an Islamic protest at all. And then Trump had to send some Israelite militias to come and invade the protest and turn it into violence. That's how it all started. And I wonder why Trump would do such a thing. You know, you have a problem going on in your country right now. You're not tackling it. What you're after is looking outside your own walls. What is it that you want to benefit from these people that is making you start all this? Because if you don't have anything you want from them, you're going to leave them to have their peace. These people are having their peaceful protest, their own protest, and then you just invade some people to come and change everything for them, to come up with the whole violence that was not supposed to put out there. And again, from the video I played, Where Bible Watch, and we can see where the Iran ambassador was saying that, he was saying that they are all prepared and all set for whatever is to come their way, that they are not afraid. So, but who are the people that are going to suffer if all this happens? It's the citizens. That's why they are sending the message directly to the citizens to know if they are part of it. If some of the citizens are part of what Trump is acting. So guys, I want you to drop your super thoughts in the comment section, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Credit belongs to the original creator of every single stitches and clips we have in this episode today. I want you guys to also stay tuned and watch out for my next video, guys. Stay blessed.